Dude, this group's vocals. Oh, we're gonna listen to Pentagon again?
Yes, so this is actually Pentagon's most recent comeback, in which their company asked us to make a video for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
All right.
Oh.
Pentagon has been consistently expanding their musical spectrum with themes of dream, youth, love, and memory, and with Daisy, they sing about the heartbreak one feels after a breakup. The lyrics use the daisy,
Relatable, though.
the white flower of hope, as a metaphor for love and progress, with a focus on an ambivalent meaning that describes how one will eventually get burned by that love. Fake love may bring pain and sorrow, but just like how a daisy blossoms again every spring, it is the everlasting daisy, aka love, that will heal the burn. The song is composed by Nathan and two Pentagon members, Hui and Woo-suk.
That's really nice because Daisy symbolizes innocence, and so we can already know that the love is a very innocent type instead of like thorns.
Guys, I wear white today. Look at me go.
Yeah!
We're black.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I like the instant harmony too. That's nice. Now it's gone. This kind of has that ballad chord structure, but it's also upbeat.
It's a sunny song on a rainy night, which is interesting.
Hey. Wow, that's really dark. I hope for your unhappy ending.
Wow, the vocalists are fantastic.
Woo! Woo!
Whoa. There's a C sharp and D clash going on. That's very subtle.
Dude, this group's vocals are just dead on.
That was good. I like this pre-chorus. Yes.
About to be a fat beat drop.
Ah, wreck me. Wreck me.
Oh! Wow, this is so epic. Explosion scenes? Come on, let's get it.
Ah, so nice.
Bridge.
Break it down. Oh my god.
Wow. They're really riding on
What is going?
They're really riding on the 7th chorus there.
Wow.
Oh, the electric guitar solo in the back. That just brings it to another dimension.
Grows on me every time. Oh wow. Oh, tiny text.
Wow, and that's pretty profound. Oh my god. Yeah, and that like reverb guitar.
Yeah, this is
incredible.
Dope, man.
All right. I was a very big fan of that.
Have either of you experienced a terrible breakup and
Not like this.
Probably not like that.
How do you feel like the pain and darkness was conveyed through the songs? With like what musical techniques were used?
It was really epic. I don't know, when you're really sad, like I feel like it feels like all of you is feeling that sadness. It's like a really like grand feeling, not a great kind of grand feeling, but it's just like a lot of feelings. I like how it started with like the guitar. I feel like mainly saying like major tonality, and then as the scenes erupted, like I felt like the harmony like opened up.
I liked that one section with the descending bass line that got out of the 4 chords. I think what was it? Like 1, 5 of 6, 6, then minor 4.
Yep.
Yeah. When the bass was walking down chromatically, it went to like 6, flat 6, 5, sharp 4, I guess, and then minor 4.
Yeah.
But that was cool. I liked that.
I liked the harmonic choices because I felt like they were very intentional with the progression of the scenes, rather than just being like, we have this, we have this. I felt like there was a clear like trajectory, or like clearer than what I'm used to seeing.
Or they demonstrate a good understanding of how modal mixture affects your ears as far as emotions go. It's a very traditional, I think, thinking of modal mixture. So F major to A major. That's what is that? It does feel like this is tonic. That's major 3. That's that Puff the Magic Dragon sound, isn't it? So they use that modal mixture, and they use other instances of stuff that sounds like that throughout the song. So much so that I think it loses the whole subverting your expectations thing, and it really milks on that feeling of like, to like give you that sense of like heartbreak and bittersweetness, which I guess it's just like too much of a good thing. You hear it so much that it's like, ooh, really great. But I feel like when I was listening to this song the whole time through, I was thinking this is a great song example for listening to modal mixture, because it happens a lot, it's repeated a lot, and like their singing is very clear, so you can absolutely hear it.
Modal mixture, for all y'all that don't know what it is, it's basically when you're borrowing from the parallel key, which is why modal mixture is also called modal borrowing, because like you're borrowing from the parallel key. So parallel key, you know that there's the major and the minor scales. You know, major is happy and the minor is sad. So parallel key is just basically, it's a major and minor scale, but then they both have the same tonic. So for example, like C major and C minor, they're parallel keys because they have the same tonic C. So in this song, what made it really interesting was the modal mixture that was going on, because it starts off in F major, and then once you get to that flat 5, it goes to F minor. And why I liked it so much is because it makes this song so much more interesting, and just you get that emotional pull, like that they're like hesitating and stuff. Damn, theory is like really making sense now. Woo!
I think it's really smartly composed. I think it's super smart. It was definitely super purposeful. Like their song structure was really satisfying. Verse, chorus, pre-chorus was really nice. It wasn't just like a the bridge was like a nice departure, and I thought their use of modal mixture was really tasteful. Actually, really tasteful. I do wish there was a key change though. That would have been lit.
I was waiting for a key change at the last chorus, because like my ear was like, oh, we're gonna key change now, as soon as they did like the first chorus, and I was like, no, not yet. It's not time yet.
Especially with all the modal mixture, like you're setting yourself up for a key change, like ba da 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 da.
That's why, because your ear wants it. It's like, oh, we're gonna go up. We're gonna move. I was in a good mood for this kind of music today. I was like I would play this in the car and just kind of mellow out.
I really enjoyed it. I've heard this chord progression before, and there's something very cozy about this chord progression, and it's awesome. To the piano. So what I love about the post-chorus is, you know, you have this, right? Repeats infinite times, but within that repetition, something very cool is happening, which is what I would call the left-hand chords, but the harmonies. First of all, you got the 6th, you know that? Very jolly, very merry, and a little warm. There's like a warmer tone than a regular major. But then it gets interesting. Except you don't hear it because the C. it doesn't sound that clashy because on the piano I'm hitting the notes. But with the softer textures of the song, somehow this doesn't sound as abrasive. So you have this little clash going on, which is technically that, but like softer once again. And so there's this tension, and then it resolves. So now the D is a line, but then it finally comes back home by finally having the melody hit that note that we were desiring all this time. So the whole thing is like harmonies hit that note, and then it resolves, but then, right? But see, in music theory, this note might seem like the same note, but when the harmonies had it, it was a C sharp, and when the melody had it, it was a D flat. Yeah, I like that clash. I liked it. There was a very satisfying, musically satisfying arc every time I hear that post-chorus.
First of all, they were like super proficient. Their voices were so like on, and pitch-wise they were like super great. And something that I thought too that was kind of tasteful was because it's about kind of like heartbreak and how love kind of burns everything in its path, even though it is the driving force of living and why we do things. So I thought it was cool just kind of having those like the modal mixture of like these minor chords, and especially since they were like really deep kind of minor 7-chordy vibes, they showed like the pain within the joy of love. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It surprised me at the beginning because I don't know if this is a like false archetype with the voice, but when I think of pain, I think of backing off. But this was very strong. So I think it almost is on the side of anger with pain than like heartbreak with pain. That's what I get just from listening to the voice. But there was a lot of contrast throughout the piece. So I think there's an even amount of distribution with the emotion.
Yeah, I want to sort of follow up on that comment about contrast, because with these moments of anger and power, there are also these moments of falsetto and lightness and not necessarily anger, but of almost contemplation or reminiscing, or of going back to a simpler time. That's the tone that I sort of got. So I just touched my microphone. Yeah. But
tap tap tap.
You're just gonna hear comments. There was these moments of softness to go along with these moments of power, and that contrast, I think, allowed us to appreciate the power more, in my opinion.
They just embellished everything so well with their voices. Like when you talked about that little riff that the dude did.
Yeah, I clapped. I had to. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it again.
Damn!
So I thought that was really
God,
good.
wait, this made me so happy. Oh.
See, now that's another thing that's really cool that I felt about this, was that this is about such a really dark topic. And especially when you see like the ending, which I thought was like cinematically very, very good, the way that they did that. And especially with like their writing. This is like that type of song that it uses a specific progression that kind of teeter-totters between major and minor and kind of, excuse me?
Sorry.
You're making fun of me?
I want tater tots now.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like going back and forth between major and well, that's what modal mixture is. It's kind of like, you know, it gives you a taste of, you know, the parallel.
It just gives like different colors.
Yeah,
and
it gives
textures
different
into the
colors and
music.
textures, and that, like in this one, that's exactly what, like this type of song is exactly what you need. Like it's a dark topic, but you get a taste from every emotion because the textures of the mixture that is added in, and by the end, it's just like you're happy that you went through that experience. It was just like a lot. It was cool.
What?